Being stranded in the wilderness sounds bad. Being lost in a desert sounds worse. But there is one place on Earth where survival experts, soldiers, and explorers all agree you never want to be alone. The Amazon rainforest. It's the largest rainforest on the planet, covering millions of square miles across South America. It contains jaguars, anacondas, piranhas, venomous snakes, deadly insects, and diseases that can kill you without a single bite. Now imagine your plane crashes deep inside it. The wreckage is destroyed. The pilots are dead. The other passengers are dead. There are no roads, no cell service, no rescue teams nearby. Just endless jungle in every direction. And you're the only survivor. What happens next? Let's find out. The first thing you notice isn't the impact, it's the silence afterward. 1 second the aircraft is shaking violently as alarms scream throughout the cabin. Oxygen masks dangle from the ceiling. People are crying. Luggage is flying through the air. Then everything goes black. When you finally open your eyes, you're lying upside down among twisted metal and shattered seats. Your ears are ringing. Your vision is blurry. For several seconds, you don't even remember where you are. Then reality crashes down on you harder than the plane did. The aircraft is gone. Smoke drifts through the wreckage. Bodies are scattered everywhere. The smell of fuel fills the air. Somehow, against impossible odds, you're alive. But surviving the crash was actually the easy part. Your first enemy is shock. Your heart is racing. Your hands are shaking. Your brain struggles to process what just happened. This is where many survivors make fatal mistakes. They panic. They run. They waste energy. But if you stay alive long enough to think clearly, you'll realize something terrifying. The jungle around you isn't quiet. It's alive. Every direction is filled with sounds. Birds screeching overhead, insects buzzing, leaves moving in the undergrowth. Something splashes in the distance. Something growls. Something moves through the brush nearby. You have no idea what it is. Maybe it's harmless. Maybe it isn't. That's the problem. In the darkness, everything sounds dangerous. By the second day, hunger begins creeping in. Your body is demanding calories. Unfortunately, the Amazon is full of things that look edible and can kill you. Bright fruits, strange berries, mushrooms, plants you've never seen before. One wrong choice could poison you. The jungle creates a cruel illusion. Everywhere you look, there appears to be life and food, yet much of it is either inedible or dangerous. The same goes for animals. Catching food sounds simple until you remember you're injured, exhausted, and likely have no tools. Every calorie spent hunting is a gamble. But then comes the danger most survivors never see coming: infection. Remember those cuts from the crash? The scratches from branches? The insect bites covering your body? The Amazon is a paradise for bacteria. Small wounds can become serious very quickly. Redness appears, swelling follows, fever begins. In a modern hospital, antibiotics would solve the problem. Out here, there is no hospital. There is only jungle. By the third day, your mental state begins changing. Exhaustion and isolation take their toll. You start talking to yourself. You replay the crash repeatedly in your mind. Sometimes you think you hear voices. Sometimes you think you found a path, only to realize you're walking in circles. The rainforest is notorious for disorienting people. Everything looks the same. Trees, vines, more trees, more vines. There are countless stories of experienced explorers becoming hopelessly lost because they thought they knew which direction they were traveling. And then comes one of the most heartbreaking moments of all. You hear an aircraft. At first, you think you're imagining it. Then the sound grows louder. A rescue plane. Your heart nearly explodes with hope. You start screaming, waving, running toward open spaces. The sound gets closer, closer, closer. Then it fades away. They never saw you. The jungle canopy is so dense that aircraft can fly directly overhead and still miss survivors beneath the trees. Just like that, hope turns back into despair. Days continue passing. Your body becomes weaker. Dehydration worsens. Hunger becomes constant. Every movement hurts. Insects cover your skin. Sleep comes in short bursts. The rainforest that looked beautiful from an airplane window now feels like a living machine designed to wear humans down until they simply stop fighting. If rescue doesn't arrive, the end can come in many forms: severe dehydration, infection, disease, injury complications, Exposure. A simple fall into a river. The Amazon doesn't need a jaguar or an anaconda to kill you. Most victims are defeated by much smaller problems accumulating over time until their bodies can no longer keep going. Yet despite all this, some people have survived. Perhaps the most famous example is Julianne Kupka. After a plane disintegrated above the Peruvian rainforest, she fell thousands of feet while still strapped to her seat. Miraculously, she survived. Alone in the Amazon, injured and surrounded by jungle, she managed to stay alive for 11 days before finding help. Her story remains one of the greatest survival stories ever recorded. And that's the terrifying truth about surviving a plane crash in the Amazon. The crash itself isn't necessarily what kills you, it's what comes afterward. Because once the wreckage stops burning and the screaming stops, and the rescuers fail to appear, you're left facing one of the most hostile environments on Earth. An environment that doesn't care how lucky you were to survive the crash, only how long you can survive the jungle.